Well, of course, violence is loved on the world stage, and I'm going to come back onto the subject of those cluster munitions, cluster bombs, as most people are referring to them. Over the weekend, Rishi Sunak decided that he had to come out and make the statement that Britain discourages the use of cluster munitions. This is, of course, after Joe Biden had agreed to send the bombs to Ukraine. And as I've just explained in today's news, this is not for the bombs themselves. It's because the US has run out of other ammunition and they still have these bomblet shells available. So they are shipping them to Ukraine. The Prime Minister highlighted on Saturday that the UK was one of 123 signatories of a convention banning their use after the US president made the so-called difficult decision. Well, I'll just show you here. This is the Convention on Cluster Munitions, and you can see from the purpley areas the countries that have signed up. They do not agree with the use of these, but we can see here very clearly that the US has not signed up. This is some of the detail. The convention was adopted in Dublin by 107 states on the 30th of May 2008 and signed in Oslo on the 3rd of December the same year. The convention became binding international law when it entered into force on the 1st of August 2010. And to date, a total of 123 states have joined the convention. So that's the detail of it. This is a little summary document you can find on the site, which gives information about the UK's commitment. So it says that the UK has completed destruction of its cluster munition stockpiles in December 2013. It doesn't have any contamination in areas under its jurisdictional control, and it doesn't have cluster munition victims. That's because we've been part of the team putting the weapons out there. We certainly don't get affected by our own munitions. But if we just highlight this bit, this particular statement is talking about mining, and the UK is crowing here that they're helping a number of countries in the world with mining problems. Ukraine is part of that. But of course, is the UK saying anything about Ukraine's use of mines and remote mining at the moment? No, it's complete silence. Now, I do understand that the Russians are also using mines, but my point here is the hypocrisy of the UK at the moment in that they are not going to take any action to adhere to this commitment where Ukraine is concerned. This is part of one of the workshops, and it's showing the people involved. This shows you that within the Commonwealth, there's a lot of commitment to the movement against cluster munitions and mines. If I put in a bit of the text, the workshop took place on March the 2nd, 2023, Queen Elizabeth Centre in London, England. The workshop was organised by the Implementation Support Unit and sponsored by the Government of the United Kingdom in its role as President of the 10th Meeting of States. So pretty difficult for UK to get round that. This is the statement by Aidan Liddell, the UK ambassador and permanent rep to the UN conference on disarmament in Geneva. He said he's excited to be joining the UK mission in Geneva as the permanent representative to the conference. Disarmament, arms control and non-proliferation are some of the biggest challenges we face, and I look forward to playing my part. Anna Sherburn here, head of Countering Violent Extremism and Governments and Peace Directorate within the Commonwealth, said it's timely to discuss the universalization of the convention as it was in line with the recently announced theme of Commonwealth Day 2023, forging a sustainable and peaceful common future. And against that background, we'll just bring in just some of the weapon systems that UK has pumped into Ukraine. So we've got Storm Shadow missiles, Brimstone missiles, rocket systems, HIMARS, the air defence systems, tanks, drones, all being pumped in order to keep the war going to the West's entire satisfaction. And of course, mines are being used aplenty by both sides in the war that UK and the West doesn't want to stop.